well, I don't scalp the DXY, so, but what I always do back then was I was always on, well, I'll show you guys trading view, but I was always constantly looking at the 1 minute chart on trading economics for USD/JPY. Now you can see that USD/JPY is now coming back to test previous highs. Previous high would be this price right here. You can see on the 1 minute chart it's creating this downtrend. Oh no, I am gonna show you the first method of how I was scalping. Man, what is going on here? Okay. I can't. 10 SMA, MACD, RSI. You can see UJ coming back to test 112.9 right now. You can see it's breaking back down again. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put MACD. I'm going to drag this and convert it with the RSI. I know this looks confusing, but on your MetaTrader 4, if you add RSI and MACD, they are together, not two different screens like how you can do it for trading. So right now, let me jump backward. Where is it? 2 hours? Let's jump back here. So today is the 9th. Remember that Japan is a day ahead, so it's the 9th. This is Tokyo. So we know that the opening price for Tokyo is 113.1. You can see resistance meets up with this. Never come back to test this price. Going back down. RSI is still sitting at 40. You can see that RSI hit 70 here, going down. MACD is crossing, going down with 2 crossovers. So for me, I'm just gonna keep selling it. Every time when I'm scalping, I'm looking for a trend. I'm looking for a direction. I don't ever waste my time trying to just scalp for 6 hours straight or for 8 hours straight, because for those 6 to 8 hours, you could have just stacked 10, 15 positions and compound the same trades on the trend instead of just going in and out, in and out, in and out. So you can see now it's breaking even more going down on the 1 minute chart. So if you were to say, oh, I'm going to buy it because I'm scalping, obviously you're going to lose money. People get caught up when they're not looking for these little movements. Anytime I see a big movement like this, I don't waste my time looking at the 1 minute chart anymore, because that's my line of direction. I'll go straight to the 15-minute chart. You can see if you don't look at the RSI or the MACD, don't even look at this, you can see that this candle is bouncing down off the 10-day SMA going down. So that's already a clear direction of where it's trying to go. A lot like how I got confused back then was I was just constantly looking at the RSI and the MACD. I was trying to see when it was going to be oversold or overbought. With just a 10-day moving average, you can just scalp off the 10-day. You don't need to constantly look at RSI and MACD, because I would get caught up following. Because what I would be doing is I'm trying to wait for RSI to either hit 30 and bounce back up, or wait for the MACD to come down and then cross over and go back up. Instead of looking at, you can see how this previous candle bounced down, bounced off the 10-day. This one bounced off the 10-day. And you can see that these candlesticks are under the 10-day moving average. So there is no point trying to do a buy setup. You can see how strong this bearish candle is engulfing everything else in the previous candles. And since we are, like I said, that's why the second hour Tokyo session is so critical, to pay attention for a direction. Or if you're not paying attention for a direction, then you're constantly trying to figure out what the next entry for your candles are going to be. So if this 15-minute candle has still got 6 minutes to keep going to close out, and it's already engulfing over as engulfing bearish candle on the 15-minute, bouncing off the 10-day, that is my direction and confirmation to keep going down. And if that's my confirmation, then I'm going straight to the 4-hour. You can see if you look at the 4-hour, you can see that this candle structure bared all the way down here. You can see resistance here, and it's still below the 10-day. And you can see that how strong this line is slanted on the 10-day moving average. I don't care if it's oversold. You can just strictly just use the 10-day. If you follow your 10-day, I don't use a 10-day anymore, but if you follow your 10-day, you can see how strong this uptrend was. And then this was a perfect time to sell right here. And then to me, when I see a candle that is below the 10-day, especially on the 4-hour, I start stacking right here. And you can see that it hasn't decided to come back to test any previous highs. So this is a perfect mountain. It's just the most easy way I can say it. It's just like going up the mountain and then now you're going back down. Critical price to pay attention to would be right around here, before 112.5. Because this made it go back up. This price right here pushed it all the way back up. So we'll see what happens when it comes down to 112.6 and 112.7. Let's see, back to scalping here. So yeah, so that was my way of scalping. Tokyo, this is the new day of Tokyo. This is the top price for Tokyo. It hasn't come back to break Tokyo's highest price. We see resistance here that it pushed down, another set of resistance that meets up to the same resistance, pushing down again. You can see a double top on the 1 minute that these two prices created. So based on candlesticks, and you can see where candlesticks are going. It's strictly just back to the downtrend. When you find a direction, you don't ever try and go against the trend unless it's a major retracement. How you define a major retracement is not during the session, is when the new session is about to start. That's why I said the first hour of each session you get a bunch of retracements so you can scalp that. And then after the second hour, then you find a direction so you can swing trade for the next 6 to 7 hours until that session is done. That way you're not constantly looking, trying to find out when you want to get in and get out all the time, looking at a 1 minute chart, looking at the 5 minute. I mean, we look at the 5 minute, and let's see how many pips can you really catch here from the start of Tokyo until now. Let's see here. If you went down here, and that's if you see a buy setup, then you could have bought here. 5 pips. Yeah, it's not enough. UJ doesn't pay much unless you use higher lot sizes. Let's see what else I want to talk about. Scalping. That is the old way of scalping. You don't need to use RSI or MACD. You can just strictly just go off the 10-day. You can just scalp off the 10-day. We got a new candle starting yet. 35 seconds, okay. I was expecting the dollar to retrace tonight, just like last night. Let's see if the dollar retraces tonight. No, starting to go back down. Starting to go down just like UJ. Oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna show. Another way, the second way of scalping. Where's the stochastic at? I like using the stochastic RSI because it's built in with the RSI. And then I would just throw in the RSI just for a double confirmation. On your smaller time frames, your stochastic moves a lot faster and it's more responsive than the RSI. RSI takes its time trying to find its way. If you use the RSI and stochastic moves a lot faster. So people get caught up by looking at, you can see the RSI is pointing up, trying to bounce back. And you can see this is oversold. And the reason why I like following the stochastic is because this thing moves a lot faster and it responds to the candlestick movements first versus the RSI. Because the RSI likes to take its time trying to maneuver up and down. One trick, if you have the patience, let me eliminate the RSI. If you have the patience, no matter what, your stochastic always gonna try and hit either 100 or above here, and target below 20. 80 and 20 is your reference point. But if we were to zoom out, it's on the 15-minute chart. You can see how what I'm trying to highlight here is that it's always hitting below 20, above 100. And what gets really tricky is that when it consolidates, people are relying too much on 80 and 20, and they're not looking at consolidation. When it consolidates, you shouldn't be wasting your time looking at 80 and 20 or 100 and 0. When it consolidates, you're looking for a breakout. I talk about that all the time. I would not waste my time scalping here, not waste my time. You can see the massive breakout here. Came back, going back down again. So that's the first. This is the second. And then we're looking to see how much more I'm going to try and drive this down. Overall, it's not coming back to test this high. So far we know that the highest price is 114.5. What else? What else? What do I want to talk about here on scalping? Well, everything I do is naked Forex now. All I would do is, where's the beginning of Tokyo? And we know this is the lowest price so far for today. That is my price gap. Notice what I'm outlining is this 15-minute double top resistance that met up and caused it to go down. Smaller time frames give you a lot of double tops, but when it's a clear price, when it's a clear price rejection, then that's a strong confirmation to keep going. It's not the first one sending it down, it's the second one that's going to send it down even further. That is my price gap if I want to scalp. Because I'm looking for this to target to break the lowest price of the day. If it's not, then it's going to try and come back to test the rejection, the first rejected resistance price right here. And those are your two initial targets based on the 15-minute chart. It could very well just sit here and just do this all night, going up and down. What other scalping methods I want to talk about here? There's a lot of scalping methods. I mean, another one is those of you that are familiar with, yeah, I know, Bollinger Bands and the 10-day moving average. You can scalp strictly just using these two. I know it gets confusing. You're looking at three lines with the moving average, and now you have 4 lines all over the place. Now you can see this crossover, and what I'm showing you is that these were bouncing down off the 10 days. So your blue line here is your 10-day, and then your red line here is your 20-day. Notice that the crossover started over here, going down. Notice that these candles are just bouncing off the 20-day. And these are bounced off the 10-day, going down. I'm showing you as a 15-minute chart a lot because the 15-minute chart is much more accurate, and it gives you time to build on cashing on more pips versus basing yourself on the 1 minute and 5 minute. So if you get stuck on an entry, at least you can sit and wait on the 15-minute. A 15-minute chart can give you the most. I'm not talking about pips, but like if you were stuck on a trade and you have to hold on to it, you can just watch the 15-minute chart for almost the whole session if it's just going to consolidate like this. If it's not, and you see a massive movement, like right now, if it's going to be a bull candle, it's going to engulf everything back up again, then you have to be prepared that's going to try and retrace all the way back to its previous high. What I mean by that is to come target this price, where made the initial kickoff going down. So it'll be your 113.9 here. And let's see what else, what other ways. Another, I need to read all this. Another one is, yep, let me put this one. Another one is using parabolic SAR. Just strictly just the SAR, just the dots. The dots on top indicate a downtrend. The dots on the bottom indicate an uptrend. Those that don't know what the dots mean. As soon as the dots get closer and closer to the candles, you have to be prepared. Notice, I'm trying to show you. Notice how this candle came really close, right? And then this one right here broke it. Why would you wait for that long for it to see this? You can either sell right here or sell it right here. This is a resistance. This is also another resistance. And wait all the way down. Unless you want to wait for the dot. These are 15-minute dots here. Let's count these 15-minute dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 times 15. That's like 14 times 15 minutes. That's at least what, 2 hours? At least, no, it's more than that. More than 2 hours. So you could hold on to that trade for all the way back. This is a new day. This is Tokyo, so this is all the way back mid New York sessions. This is another way if you want to follow your dots. Notice how this one came so close to the dot, the wick here, and got rejected, coming right back down. A lot of people stack up on this because they see that it's going to break this dot, and if it doesn't break the dot, guess what it does? It goes all the way back down and closes either right here or all the way at the bottom down here. And then the new dot appears right here. And it confuses people. Oh man, what else? What else? Man, there's so many other ways to scalp. But I gotta look up. I know in my book I talk a lot about scalping. And I know the book's in the paid chapter too. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else. Oh, hang on. Where's the MA cross? Another good one is the MA cross. It's based on the 9 and the 21. The 10 and 20 is very similar. It's just one day off. Massive movements. So I'll go straight to the 1 minute. Zoom back out here. So by using this based on the 1 minute, when it first crosses, then what I'm looking for is to see how much more it's going to trend down. And then usually when it does another big cross again, like right here, then that's my second confirmation of stack. Never came back. This price never came back to test the price that broke it down, to make it go all the way back down here. I talk a lot about price because you never know where price is hidden, where the price is being hidden. Because you see so many candles, you get stuck on looking at candles and trying to enter on a support price or a resistance price, and then you're not following where this mini trend's going. And when you don't follow the trend and you're just trying to find out when you want to get in and get out, you're gonna get caught up for the whole session, because you're just trying to just catch 5 pips here, 6 pips here, but then you could have caught 300 pips for the whole session if you compound your trades and then held that trade or held all those trades on the trend. You always want to identify some kind of direction or some kind of trend if you're scalping, unless you're okay that you want to scalp for 6 to 8 hours or for the whole session. Because especially when it sits, when it's sitting around and doesn't want to do anything, especially in 1 minute, it gets confusing sometimes. Because you want to see fast-paced candle movements so that you can anticipate when you want to get in and get out when you're scalping. When it's just sitting around not doing anything, then you're kind of stuck at either at a bad entry point, or you're stuck at you can't take profit. You want to take a minimal loss, or you're just going to sit and wait it out. When you're sitting and waiting out, obviously you're swinging your trade then. You're going to have to learn how to adapt, especially when sessions are not going for scalping. Let's see the new 15-minute. This 15 minutes about to close. Okay. So if this one actually does close here, I'm just gonna sell it back down. Notice how it's bouncing off the 9-day. This is your 9-day crossing, then this is your 21 day, and you can see how it's curving down versus curving back up. If it's not curving back up, obviously you can see where this one is starting to bear down. This is your new 15-minute candle. We are 14 minutes and 40 seconds now. And then what I'm saying is that if you drew your horizontal lines, you could very well just end up being in this price zone for the whole night. Now, let's see. Let me take this off. What else? See what you are welcome. Try every single method. See which one works out for you. To go naked forex is gonna take time, because everyone is always given indicators. Unless you somehow was taught naked forex right away. What am I missing here?
Oh shit, man! I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, I know you just like dipped out.
Nah, dude, I told you I was studying, man. You know I've been studying, fucker.
No, you said you was making good money, so you left.
Nah, I ain't doing that. Hey, man, why you say you buying JPY, man? What the hell? Are you was just tell me you was fucking around? Cause I'm lining up for London session right now, dude. And I'm selling everything, even my mama TV. I'm selling, yo.
Did you buy it?
Hell no.
I know all JPY pairs are still on this downtrend.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. I'm saying, nah, man. I told you, man. I'm still reading that Naked Forex book. It's getting kind of boring, though. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the most important thing is like if you read something, you don't waste it. Whatever you get out of the book is not the whole book, but you're gonna get something out of the book, and then that's it. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I even see that you put that in your book and shit. Like, you know, the important parts that you need to know, or if you want to
Well,
read the whole book.
well, I mean, obviously that's gonna be copyright infringement, and
Right,
so,
right,
and I don't like I said. That's why when I put in the new book, those I got the second book, I only talk a little bit about the naked forex because I don't want to just go 100% and just talk about naked forex in the book. So that's why the first chapter is all about scalping, and then the second chapter is all about swinging. So that you can
right.
so then you can figure out if you want to scalp or if you want to swing. If not, then try out both and then see what you want to do after that. Because most of the time, a lot of people just want to scalp. So that's why my first chapter is nothing but scalping. And then as more as you read, what was it? I'll go the third, like patterns and then trends, and then after that was the fifth chapter was naked forex that I add in there, and then
Yeah.
the sixth chapter was all about fundamentals, like how I read the news, how I trade the news, and what news websites you should be constantly looking at if you want to dive into all the economics and political events.
Well, yeah, of course, you know. Well, shit, man, I read your book twice. You know, you see, I started like trading my own pairs and shit. You know, for the most part. You
Yeah,
know,
man,
I'm a J.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Good, that's good stuff, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I was like, you know, I've barely been working. I just been like trading, man. Like, you know, my boss asking me like, "Yo, what's going on? You know, you taking extra time off, bro? The fuck?" Yeah, I'm like, shit, yo, I made 3 grand in like 2 days, and today I made 1,050. Shit, it's kind of hard to like get up and go to work. You know what I mean? But
I know, I'm
shit,
with you. I'm with you.
you know what I'm saying? Be like that, man. You know. But yeah, man, I've been scalping though, man. You know, all my wins today was mostly scalp. You know, in and out real quick. And you know me, I'm not really a scalper, so I'm kind of getting better at it. You know what I mean? I think I'm more careful because it's my real money and shit. You know. You know. So
You gotta be careful because you never know, man.
yeah, you definitely don't. You don't know. You
Yep.
know. But yeah, man, good shit, man. I see the group got big, man. I left for a minute and it's like over 100 people. I'm like, when does this happen? You know.
Dude, that's because you've been marketing. That's why. You've been
Yeah, I
marketing,
see him.
huh?
Yeah, I see you, man. Hey, look, whatever it takes, man. Man, whatever it takes. Man. I mean, they better. I mean, if people really want to learn how to trade, I mean, they better follow your moves. You know what I'm saying? Not just take signals. Like, if you really want to do this long term, you know what I'm saying? Not saying the signals are bad, but if you want to like really learn, you know what I mean? Like, you really gotta pay attention to how you look at the charts, because I look at the charts basically how you look at the charts. Like, okay, this is, you looking for this to come test this to come test that. I try using that Fibonacci shit. I will never do that again. Hell no. You know what I mean? Hell no. Fuck that. Excuse my language. I don't mean to be cursing that much, but that Fibonacci shit, fuck no, man. You see them 3 losses I had today? That's from that Fibonacci shit.
Are you kidding me? You
I'm
trying that out?
I'm dead serious. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's why, and I'm not really emotional. I just don't. I need to stay disciplined to what's been working. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them type things, man. It's just fucking like, you trying to do something new. Like, okay, let me try to see how this works. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I looked into Fibonacci back then. I was like, man, these the 61.8, and then they're talking about this number, and then I was like, I could see how if you line up perfectly, how it bounces off
Right.
those numbers. And then there are times where it just doesn't bounce off those numbers and it just keeps going. And I was like, oh crap, I was like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
So if you just outline like what if you actually look at the highest price of the day and the lowest price of the day, now you have a price gap to work with, and if it breaks that, then you know it's going to go even higher.
Right, right, right.
If it breaks the support price, the daily low price, then it's going to go even lower. And
Man.
so,
You know, I think what my problem is, yo, to be honest, you know, not try to take over the show or nothing. You know, it's the fact that being that it's my style is working right now, like I pretty much copy your moves and copy your style of trading. I'm like trying to find something uncomfortable to chase perfection and shit. You know, like just because something is working, that don't mean it's always gonna work. You know, that's my whole mentality. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Because,
know what you're saying.
yeah, so it's like, god damn, man, I could have made $2,000 a day, man. I was like, son of a bitch. You know, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just walked to the gym and just went out to eat at a steakhouse and come back home. I was like, forget about it, man. But yeah, man, shit. You know, no more Fibonacci shit. You know, I would never try that again. Hell no. I don't recommend it. Anybody listening to this, I do not recommend it. I was going to make 2 G's today. I know I was. I don't calculate pips, you know, but I know for a fact that I would have been somewhere around 2 G's in profit. And I did Fibonacci, and Mr. Fibonacci screwed me, so fuck him, you know.
But did you try using it right after me?
Yeah, that's when I try to use it. So it's kind of your fault, you know what I mean?
I was just showing something, but I mean,
I was like,
it lined up perfectly. I was like, oh man, it actually looks pretty good.
yeah, I was, and you know what I was, I was doing it on, I think I was doing it on Euro JPY because, you know, my favorite exotic pair is the Turkey Lira. You know, I've been on that for the longest. That's where I made my most money at.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
that's your
yeah,
baby
the Turkey.
right there.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I already made 500 for the day, and I was like, you know what? Let me hit this Fibonacci move real quick. You know, see what's going on right here. I'm like, shit, mother. You know, I was like, god damn it. You know what I mean? And I was like, son of a bitch, I can't believe this shit. And then that's how I started trading during the New York session, because you know I don't really trade New York session. It's very rare that I'm, you know, unless I'm already holding a trade,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, going in the New York session, then that's different, you know. But if I made my profit from the time London opens until the New York Open, then I'm out, you know.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done for the day. I made my $1,000 or 500-600, whatever. I'm done. And being that I did some Fibonacci shit, you know, here we go. Yeah, some shit happened, but you know, it's all good, man. It's all good. Ain't about nothing, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was just showing it just for just for fun. I don't like say if I post on chat group is nothing like it's not like
Yeah,
signal. I'm not saying like you should be hopping in or not.
uh, yeah, man. But yeah, man. Apart from that, man, you know, shit. You know, this trading shit. I'm in love with the process, man. I was telling one guy in the group that I don't even care about winning that much no more. You know what I'm saying? It's more like when I lose, I want to see how I lost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah.
just kind of enjoying the process. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the winning is cool, but you know, shit. You know, I like the process. It's the process that I enjoy right now. I mean, I sound like a person who's made a shit ton of money already in Forex, you know, but I really didn't. You know what I mean? You know, it's cause nah, man. There was this one guy gonna inbox me and say, "Yo, you sound like you already made like 200,000 in Forex. Oh, you just enjoy the process." Some of us are trying to get paid, yo. I said, I mean, that's cool, but you know what I mean? Like, you want to know how you lost. What did you do to catch an L? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all about just winning and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's about the process. You know, enjoy the process and learn, because once you learn this shit, yo, it's like, you know, the money's gonna follow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's, you know what I mean? It's just one of them things, man. You know, you gotta put your emotions aside and just enjoy the process a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I mean, when you, like I said, the number one thing is that when you find something that works for you, don't ever lose that. And when you find another thing that works for you, now you got a book of strings. You got something that's always going to constantly be there, and you can hop back on this strategy to this strategy, whatever the method is that you're working on. Because, you know, every session is different. You have to be willing to adapt all the time. Market's always changing, and today was Columbus Day, so I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
So if today was Columbus Day, I wouldn't be wasting my time trying to look at where the dollar is going to go. And the only certain pairs I'd be looking at would be the pairs that don't have a holiday. So it is what it is. But I mean, it was still doing some major movements this morning. So
yeah. I'm thinking about taking out another exotic pair, the USD. What's that? Peso to the Mexican peso.
That's good money too.
Yeah, I see, man. You know,
moves during New York though.
Say what happened?
That thing moves a lot during New York sessions.
I know, man, and I don't, you know, I don't like New York session, man. I'm going to bed around that time, huh?
Oh, okay.
But shit, you know, I might just have to say, hey, you know what, whatever, man. You know, I'll be up to make the money, you know, and go back to sleep or something. Shit. You know, but yeah, man, this shit, you know, Master Cool in the house, man. You're good at this shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Now I want all you to be better than me. I will always, like I said, I will always be here providing signals and doing webinars. But when you're on your own, like I said, when you're on your own, you're not wasting your time talking to people, chatting with people, providing a service.
Right.
You know, you can just sit down and focus on you, and you make your money for the day, and then call it a day, and then relax, enjoy your time freedom. Trade part-time to make a full-time income. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, you remember what happened when I made like that one week I made $3,000 in like 2 days and shit. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I made more than I'm making a week. You know what I'm saying? I made my, you know, like I make $2,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I made my salary in like 2 days. Like, what the man? Look, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm only working part-time, you know, as a truck driver. I'm only working part-time,
Okay.
you know, because, you know, I'm making money from Forex, you know what I'm saying? Plus, you know, like, you know, like I still have like, you know, I still do stock options on the side, but, you know, that's starting to be a headache right now. So, you know, I don't know, but, you know, I tell people like, you know, if you want to do this full-time, man, save up like at least a year, you know, like your bills for like a year, you know what I'm saying? Like all the expenses and everything, you know, you got to have that put aside, man. You know what I mean? Just in case, you know, so.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't like giving out financial advice, but yeah, you have to know, you know, the risk, the investment, how much you're going to put in. And you got to have money back it up.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, bro.
I mean, you can repeat the same thing what I did last year and just keep throwing money away, and then finally find something that works for you. But I mean, it could be till you lose 100,000, you know, deposit. I'm not talking about how much you lost in profit. I'm talking about like the deposit money. It took me 19,000 to realize what methods was working for me and what my strengths were in trading.
Cool. Remember I told you I lost $17,000 last year when I first started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I probably was on the verge of a divorce, man. My wife was looking at me like, I can't be with no gambler. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is irresponsible.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you need to seek addiction. You need to seek help. Shit, man. You know, so I don't know, bro. It's just, you know, you're not gonna get rich overnight, but you know, you gotta be smart with your money, man. You know, especially with this Forex thing. You know, you make something, you leave something for principal. You know what I mean? You gotta have some kind of risk management. You know what I mean? You gotta know how much you're willing to risk. You know, because it's not guaranteed that you're gonna win every trade. So, man.
I know. I need to start throwing out guarantees now.
Nah, dude, don't do that. You crazy? Don't do that, man. You know
I
what I mean?
guarantee you'll make millions with me.
Man, you're gonna let people come to Wisconsin and try to find you, dude. Don't do that.
Dude,
Don't do.
man, that lady's still in that free chat group.
What happened?
That lady that's trying to find me, she's still in the free chat group.
Oh my God. Ugh, man. Oh shit.
That's all right, man.
I mean, you know, I think you should talk more, a little bit about, you know, the psychological side of trading. You know, I know you don't like to talk about that,
I don't.
but you know, not everybody have that background from learning from their parents, or you know, like me, I didn't learn shit from my parents. You know, I just like to read a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, like I'm constantly listening to audiobooks or I'm reading something. You know, I don't watch TV, man. So you know what I'm saying? You know, like you know, the psychological side of this is that, you know, you have to be disciplined. You know what I mean? And I don't know. You know, you gotta have your emotions under control first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. Man, who's that? Check.
Dude, he's coming back in.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, yeah, the reason why I don't talk a lot about psychology is because I can't, like I said, I can't give anybody the way I think or my brain or my mindset. But I mean, I can give you, what I can give you is how I look at things, how I look at things in life and how I portray things in business and how I perceive from different types of people, and then how it all works out, from my attitude,
Yeah.
my personality, and my character. But I mean, when it comes down to trading, I mean, the psychology of trading, yeah, number one is having that discipline, and then behind that, you gotta have your financial. I don't want to say financial discipline, but I want to say having some kind of knowledge of how much money is being risked, where it's being risked all at once because you want to flip the account, or it's being risked conservatively because you just want to take it, 1% a day or something.
Right. I
So
mean, but I think it's important for people to know what kind of personality you have and how you transform that into trading. You know, if you're like an aggressive person, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna do aggressive shit.
I
Or if you're conservative, you're gonna be a conservative trader. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Well, I think the sooner you admit what kind of personality you have, the better you look at things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I say a lot of people want to be. I want to say this. A lot of people see the gratification of seeing the money in trading, and behind all that is the learning process and developing your skill sets in trading. But like I said, the number one thing behind all that is your attitude towards the way in personal and business. Like I was a really aggressive sales guy. I was aggressive at marketing, and plus, I mean, I did 4 years in the Marine Corps, so everything is like straight up, you know, to the point, get it done. No bullshit. Like just get it done and make sure that you complete your job, complete your task all the time. So that was my mentality. So if I can't complete the job and I can't deliver what I'm promising, or I can't deliver to the people or whatever it is, then obviously I'm stressing myself out because I'm not giving all I got.
Right.
And so I mean, when I came into trading, I was like, man, I was like, I had a gambling issue because I was making good money doing sales. So I spent all my money away,
I
stupid stuff.
mean, hey man, I was a trucker in the oil field in Texas, dude. I made money. You know what I'm saying? Why
Yeah,
you think when I blew 17K, I blew that 17K? I was like, forget about it. You know, I'll make it back in 2, 3 months, whatever. I mean, my wife was like, no, 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 no. You need to seek help. You know, so I mean, I feel like, you got to figure out, like, what you're looking for in this trading thing. How you looking at things, you know what I mean? Like, just focus more on learning, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you get a signal, but you don't analyze the signal for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say, yo, you selling something, I want to know why you selling it, and I gotta go look at it for myself. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't agree with you, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean?
no,
Because
you
I might
better
see something
agree.
different from you.
You have to agree, man.
No, not all the time,
I'm
man.
just kidding. I'm just
So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, that's just a mind and discipline thing too, you know? Like, I want to know why you're doing something, you know? Am I seeing the same thing as you? You know what I mean? And, eventually, like, I start seeing, I think I see stuff the way you see it now because, shit, man, I'm getting really good at this. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, like when you start getting like on your own trades and you start catching, your own pips and your own profit, and then you're like, man, and like it's like, wow, things are working out now. And then you just when you consistently keep repeating the same process, you're gonna get better. I mean, it's just like, if you go to the gym, eventually you're gonna lose weight or you can get fit.
Right.
So it's not like you're repeating a bad process over and over again, like you're repeating the same mistakes.
Well, you know what they say insanity is, right? Doing the
Yeah,
same thing and looking for a different result.
yeah.
So,
Do the same thing over and over again, you know. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over, where it's Forex, or if you want to be like the best sports player, or you want to be the best, weightlifter, whatever it is, that's a different type of process because you're repeating the same process, but you're making gains. You're gaining you're gaining all these skill sets. You're gaining more knowledge. You're gaining everything that's gonna make you even more valuable to yourself, and that no one can ever take that away. Whatever it is that you learn, because there's no way I could scalp the way Kenneth is scalping. I would never ever do that anyways.
yeah, man, Ken was a monster, man.
Off. And
I,
he's willing to sacrifice 4 to 6 thousand on a scalp. I don't know about that. I mean, I would never try and
yeah, I'm
sacrifice,
not doing that. I'm not doing that.
but he does make some crazy gains. But then
Yeah,
but then he does get some crazy losses that I've seen before. I'm like, I just can't be wasting my time like that. You want consistent wins. You don't want to break even all the time.
you know, you make some money and give it right back. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
nah. That's why I say I don't overtrade. You know what I mean? If I make a significant amount during the London session, I don't see no reason why I'm gonna run into the New York session. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know, it's just like, like me. I don't really scalp. It's not for me, man. But I'm trying it out because I want to like diversify my type of trader, whatever you want to call it. You know, because I'm good at swinging, you know, but you know, I've been scalping lately, you know. I make a quick buck and then I'm done. You know, but you know, I still feel like I'm using that part of my brain that controls gambling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, it it's a to me, like I said, a lot of my friends look at this as gambling, and they look at it as like really, really high risk. It is high risk, and but I mean, it's the biggest financial market,
$5
and
trillion.
yeah, it makes the most money, and everything is currency. So stock, like I said, stocks is just stocks, but you could buy your shares or you buy an investment, you hold it, and then you can sell and it peaks at a high rate, whatever it is. But
I mean, but you know, even options. You know, like I said, I do options on the side. You know, people say that's gambling too. You know, so you know, like I don't know what to tell you. You know, options is high risk too. You know what I mean? If anything, it's more high. You know, it's just as high risk as this. Shit, I lost 25K last year in options. I lost a lot of money last year. A lot of money.
oh, that means you lost. Okay, so you lost more than me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
shit. I was thinking about going to, you know, finally go use my nursing degree, cause maybe you know this truck driving thing not working out. You know, maybe I should just do a 9 to 5 and you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
nursing to a trucker.
Yeah, man, nursing is boring, yo. You know, I just went to nursing school because my parents are immigrants and they want me to go to college or something, so I just chose to do that. And the shit is boring to me. I don't, not that I don't care about people, but I just don't see the point. You know, it's a good bachelor in science degree and shit.
Yeah.
You know, to have on the wall. You know, just looking at you. So you
Yeah, I know
know,
what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. You know, I don't really care. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, trucking is fun, man. Shit. You know.
I know. Physical labor jobs are a lot funner than office jobs.
You know what I'm saying? But now I'm kind of get tired of trucking, so I'm like, yeah, I'm out. You know,
Dude, just do it forever, man.
nah, dude, I can't. Nah. I like having a lot of free time, man.
I know. Nothing beats free time.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like when you get that free time from all the
Mm.
money that you're making part time, you don't ever want to go back to a full time job.
That's what I'm saying, you know, because with Forex now, you know, I got time to do my Amazon FBA thing too. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. You gotta be a digital hustler, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta hustle on the internet. I mean, the money is on the internet.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And I recommend everybody doing YouTube. YouTube pays for ads all day long.
All day,
Yep.
man.
I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, it's an extra 2 grand for me every month.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You know, that's why I'm like leaving trucking. You know, because I make money in the forex market, and then I have time to work on my other business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
like like I said, when you start making a lot of money, or oh, I don't want to say a lot of money. When you start making consistent money in trading, you know, put something aside, put whatever it is, half of it or 30% of it, whatever it is, and then start finding some kind of investment, or better yet, open up a business name and create assets under the business so that if you ever were to lose your house because your house is tied to the bank under your personal report, your personal credit score,
mhm.
use your business assets and keep building and use that as how do I say this, not as like not as collateral but like as a way of capital towards other investments and building a portfolio.
Right.
And like I said, I was taught that a long time ago when I was doing sales, and I didn't understand any of that part. I didn't want to own a business, but I was so aggressive in doing sales and marketing. And then finally, I actually take the time to actually say, you know what, teach me? I asked my mentor. I said, can you teach me how to own a business? And then that's when I started seeking other opportunities to own a business instead.
Right.
And so it's a different world. I said it's a different world when you own your own business and you build business assets than personal assets, and then you start building a business credit score instead of a personal credit score.
Yeah. You're talking the Paydex.
Yeah. I've been doing that
Yeah.
for 6 months. I mean, they're gonna issue me $100,000 credit line already.
Yeah, dude. My wife major in business. She's the one who really runs the whole Amazon thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Got like a few guys who work under her, like delivering packages and shit. Shit, she made more money than me, man.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. I mean it's crazy what happens when you open up a business name.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
yeah, you get a bunch of how do I say this? You get a bunch of sales calls, but I mean I'm telling you right now, every opportunity that you can take into business, you don't go 100% for every opportunity, because if
Yeah, right.
you go 100% in every single opportunity, then you're hopping from one opportunity to this opportunity to this
Mm.
opportunity, and then now you're just like, I don't even know where to go anymore. So like I said, when I made Forex, my primary income, then it's my primary income. I don't ever let this go. And I always make sure that this will be my backup income and my primary source of income, no matter what other investments or where my
Right.
assets are going.
Oh, that's the move I'm making right now. You know.
Yeah, you know. And
I'm making more money in Forex than being a trucker. You know what I'm saying? Now I work 4 days a week at my job, and they're like, "Why are you cutting your hours, man? We need you." Well, due to the way how my Forex account is set up right now, I might have to work a little less. So you know what I'm saying? It's like Forex can take you to the next level to open your eyes to a lot more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just one of those things you should take really serious. You know what I'm saying? Like really serious, because it can bring you the capital that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? You know, to either do something else on the side or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, always when you always make that kind of money consistently, and when you decide to actually open up your own business, and you put your name on the line in that business, you're gonna see a lot more opportunities and a lot more network with business people, entrepreneurs that are just like you, and you never know where the next investment's gonna come from, because that next investment could be the biggest breakthrough of your life. Like, it doesn't have to be Forex. Forex is if you're starting Forex, make some kind of consistent income, some daily profit goal, financial goal. You gotta have that set, and like what I said in my other videos, in my past videos, like Forex is just the beginning for me, for what I started last year. Now I'm into my second year. I'm trying to focus on coding. I'm trying to focus on software development right now. I'm trying to focus on branding my book so that it can be published in hard copy for next year. And man, like I said, I'm trying to do what else? What else I'm trying to do? What was the biggest thing I was trying to do? I had it all. I might partner up with a good friend of mine. He might leave the hedge fund, and he wants to get me to start opening up a Forex brokerage. I'm not for
Ooh,
sure. I'm not for sure about doing it.
yeah.
So, but he was the one that actually was the one that helped me and the group when we was in iMarkets Live. He was the only one that knew how to trade, and he left IML because obviously there's
Yeah, I
there's
know.
there's some
I
great
have
traders, but
history
they
there
don't teach
too.
you how to trade. That's the problem.
Yeah, I told you I was there too, man. Shit was a waste of time.
It was a good,
It was trying to turn me into a marketer. You know what I mean? That's not what I do.
and
You know?
yeah, I mean that was the that was one of the main reasons why I left, and that was the reason why he left too. And like when I made 1,200 that night, it was all because of him. And I said I'll never forget that day. And so he wants to take me under his wing, and he wants to actually open up an actual brokerage up in UK. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah, as long as you don't try to binary options people and shit, you know, try to fuck people with that binary bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I still have people adding me on Instagram talking about binary options. Must be out your goddamn mind.
I
You know what I mean?
no man, no I ain't doing that either. Nope, not when a good friend of mine. That's crazy. Yeah, he makes so much money doing commercial real estate and his own real estate on the side. It's crazy. Losing 800,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'll never forget that. But I mean, there's like I said, you always have a plan for consistency or your primary goal of income, your primary source of income. You always got to have that. And then whatever your secondary or your third income is, those second and third or fourth or fifth, they're always your investment because they're not bringing in a lot of money for you, but eventually they will. One of those investments or one of those opportunities is not the first opportunity. Whatever that other opportunity is that you're investing in, it's gonna be a major breakthrough. Like my breakthrough was not sales and marketing. I mean, this is by far the biggest breakthrough so far.
Okay.
But if I keep progressing and I diverse myself in the industry of forex, because in the forex industry, there's expert advisors. I mean, there's education platforms, there's software, there's signals. I mean, what I'm trying to specify is that if you go venture on your own and you have people that follow you, and you open up your own services or your own business, and people are actually going to pay for it, and they're going to keep consistently be with you all the time, and now you have a clientele, and those people are gonna tag with you no matter where you go. That's your strong network you don't ever want to lose. I mean, I was taught that in sales. I was taught that in marketing. I mean, I was taught that in every single thing that I was a part of, even IML and all that stuff. And you don't ever want to lose your network of people. And like I said, you're gonna find that niche that's gonna make you so much money. Like I said, Forex is just the beginning. If this is it, it's just the beginning. Whatever, like I said, whatever the opportunity is later down the road, where it could be next year, next 2-3 years, or in 10 years, man, it's gonna make you so much money where you don't even know what to do with it. And that's gonna be your biggest breakthrough, and that's where it's gonna be like, man, I was like, I can't believe this opportunity made me so much money. So. Yep. So when you, like I said, there is patience involved, but if you grind it out and you hustle and you give it all you got. I mean, Grant Cardone talks about 10 times rule. It's not about, you don't have to read the whole book, but what he means is that if you do 10 times the work, whatever it is that you're doing, all you got day in and day out, you're gonna be a millionaire. It's a lot sooner than you think. A lot sooner than you think that you're not gonna make it. Like say, if you look at all the young entrepreneurs and all the young business folks, I mean, they're younger than me. I mean, I'm 30. I mean, there's a lot of successful young people out there that are making it happen because they put their time, effort, and that's it. That's all they eat, sleep, and breathe that. And that's why I said if you, I don't care how much you're losing, but if you did exactly what I did 6 months straight by staring at the screen for 10 to 12 hours, or trying to learn how to scalp for 8 to 10 hours, whatever it is, You can flip an account right away. You just need to flip my account and then keep that. You don't need to flip every single account. A lot of people think that they need to flip every single account every day, every week, every month. You're gonna be so stressed out. Until I'm just being honest right now, you're gonna be so stressed out when you if all you focus on is just trying to flip an account.
I'm trying to flip quick, yeah. I'm
There
good
are
on.
days where you can be really, really aggressive and catch your money, where you can maximize a lot of money. You can maximize your profits. But there are days like you just can't make much. And that's okay. There's going to be, like I said, every week is going to change. Like I said, the first week and the last week of the month is by far the best week to like scalp because because the last week is anticipating for the new month, and then the following week is non-farm payroll. So now they're anticipating what might happen for non-farm payroll week.
Yeah.
So that's why the last week of the month gets so crazy. And then the first week, like I said, every first week is non-farm payroll week. So guess what they're doing? They're trying to anticipate what's going to happen on Friday. So that's why the markets are diving up and down so much.
Yeah, I got a crazy strategy for NFP too, man. I might have to inbox you on that though.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's Forex. Like I said, Forex. There's much more to life than just Forex. And I mean, yes, I spend a lot of time here, but I'm providing services. So, but when you venture off on your own, you know, trade part-time to full-time income and slowly find your assets and people. So I don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe next year I might, like I said, if I do partner up, then this is all getting shut down. So, but like I said, this is something that I want to stay with because I want to be helping out as much people as I can versus just versus like I said, I hate when people climb up so big in position where they don't care about the people that they used to work with.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen a lot of that. You know, so I said, yeah. I mean, I know people call me coach or mentor or teacher, whatever, but I mean, I try to stay down to earth with you guys and, I open doors, open communication. If you have something that you want to say, go ahead and say it.
Oh man, you the black mamba of the Forex world, man. Like Kobe. Just like now.
Yeah. If you got, like I said, if you got a problem, go ahead and say it. I don't, the chat group is there, man. I'm not afraid to talk back. I'm not afraid to talk back. I'm not afraid to give answers.
All right, man. Oh shit, man. I got